Welcome to the Butterfly Effect. I'm Chris Horner, and this is the Giro 2021. Stage 1 time trial. 8.6 kilometers in length, a beautiful course, not real technical, running down along the river, up and over the bridge, and then back down the other side. Fabulous course. Some of the turns are slightly technical because of the speeds they're going. They're over 30 miles an hour, 55, 56K an hour when they're going into these turns. We'll see Sanchez early in the race, he flats, and he must have flatted going into the turn, because you see when he goes in there, all of a sudden the leg comes out, he's clipped out, and he's doing everything he can to keep his bike upright. He'll switch bikes and get onto his normal road bike and have to finish, but he'll lose over a minute in time. Now the real story on today's stage is the three juggernaut teams, Jumbo-Visma, Deceuninck Quick-Step, and Ineos Grenadiers. Three fabulous teams, and they're going to dominate the top 10. But the chemistry of what they had planned on today's race and what they're planning for their GC riders may have changed when we watch today's stage. Right away, Tobias Foss, the young Jumbo-Visma rider, is going to upset the chemistry and the Jumbo-Visma team. He takes the race lead early on today's time trial and holds off none other than Rémi Cavagna. The French Deceuninck Quick-Step rider is going to break a lot of the French hearts back home because he won just less than a week ago at Tour of Romandy, and he beat Filippo Ganna and Rowan Dennis, ex-World Time Trial champion and current World Time Trial champion. Now, when Rémi Cavagna left Romandy, for sure, he was billed as the winner of today's stage and highly likely to be, of course, in the pink jersey and wearing the pink jersey for days to come. Strong rider, and when you win like he did in Romandy, you got to believe he's on your list as a possible winner of today's stage. That won't happen. He'll come through the line, and he won't be able to beat the young Jumbo-Visma rider, Tobias Foss. But Tobias Foss will get beat by his teammate. Alfini Eduardo comes through and just does a stellar time to finish second, but first at that point in time when he comes across the line. So he's in the hot seat. Of course, we still have the World Time Trial champion, last year's prologue and time trial champion, winner throughout all of the Giro time trial stages, Filippo Ganna. And Ganna will do an amazing time, power everywhere. He's blazing through the corners. You'll see him diving on the right-hand turn, just so close to the inside corner. As soon as he comes out from that corner, he's on the pedals. He's not waiting till he comes all the way through and then the straightaway to start pedaling. He gets right past the curve, and as soon as he's past the curve, the pedals start rotating again. It's just pure power. He's putting out 500, 700, 800 watts at different moments throughout this time trial and doing an amazing time to come through and grab the race leader's pink jersey at this year's Giro. Fabulous ride for the Ineos rider. Now, Ineos, they didn't change their plans in terms of GC with the win here from Ganna, but what we did see is their two GC guys. Egan Bernal does a bad time. Pavel Sivakov does a bad time. That's two of their GC guys, not in the top 10, not in the top 20. They're outside the top 30 on today's stage. So how good is Egan Bernal going? Is he still got back problems? We haven't seen him race for more than 2 months. He's been at home in Colombia. So now they got some drama in Team Ineos camp, wondering what the future is going to lie for their GC here at this year's Giro. Now, Jumbo-Visma, the drama here going with Jumbo-Visma is deep because George Bennett was their GC leader coming in today's stage. Now, Tobias Foss, young kid, we don't know what he can do. I don't know what he can do. I know he won Tour de l'Avenir recently, just in the past couple of years. So he can ride up climbs, and he can go good. I've seen him at the Basque Country. He had some good days at the Basque Country, but nothing that dictates that he can win the Giro. But he comes here riding third on today's time trial stage. George Bennett, and originally George Bennett was Jumbo-Visma's only GC guy riding here to try to win this Giro. He's 50th, outside the top 40. He's way back there. So Jumbo-Visma have a little bit of drama now. Now, each team comes with 8 guys when we're talking about the Giro here. So there's not a whole lot of riders that you could start splitting up. You got to remember, Jumbo-Visma also have Dylan Groenewegen. Groenewegen's back from his suspension at Tour of Poland, where he crashed out riders and sent riders to the hospital, including himself with a broken collarbone. Been suspended for 9 months, and now he's back here at the Giro. So Jumbo-Visma Already have guys dedicated to doing the sprint for Dylan Groenewegen for sure. George Bennett was riding as the sole leader for GC, but now they have Tobias Foss that they have to save his legs because clearly after stage 3, it's possible he might even be in the race leader's jersey, depending on how these stages play out in his first early week. Now let's get to Deceuninck Quick-Step because Remco Evenepoel is back. We haven't seen him race since October of last year. He's been out with an injury, and he does a fabulous ride to get inside the top 10 on today's time trial stage. And Joao Almeida, last year's pink jersey wearer for more than 2 weeks at this year's Giro, is back, and he's riding strong. He might be the first of the GC favorites in the top 10, unless you're going to count Tobias Foss, the Jumbo Visma rider. Joao Almeida is sitting 4th on general classification, so Deceuninck Quick-Step are perfect. They came in here with 2 leaders on the general classification, and they're going to leave today's time trial stage with those same 2 leaders right next to each other, only split by 2 or 3 seconds, but both in the top 10, both capable of taking the jersey in this first week of the Giro. Certainly, we saw last year with Joao Almeida here at the Giro, he can sprint, he can climb, and he can time trial. Remco Evenepoel, he's been out injured, but we have seen in the past he can win everything he enters, and so he's a big favorite. Never in my career have I thought about a rider that's so young, that's never done a Grand Tour before, now is doing his first Grand Tour, early 20s, been out injured, and is still a favorite to win the Giro. Unbelievable. So Deceuninck Quick-Step have an incredible day here. They both get their GC guys up there in the top 10, so they're set. Jumbo-Visma got answers with Tobias Foss. Will he become one of their GC leaders or not? Dylan Groenewegen, is he on form? He hasn't raced since his suspension. And of course, Ineos Grenadiers with not 1 but 2 GC guys here, both having bad times on today's stage. It was a fantastic race to watch and leaves so many questions for this next week to follow in the Giro. Hope you guys like the butterfly effect. Like and subscribe, and we'll keep content coming throughout the next 3 weeks.